Hi there, my name is Nancy Kristoff and I teach Spanish here at Pacific University. And I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about why Spanish makes not only me happy, but my students and my community happy. As you probably are aware, there are a lot of Spanish speakers living in the United States. There are almost 60 million Hispanics living in the United States, and of that group, probably about 85 to 90% speak Spanish. So Spanish is the second most important language spoken in this country, and so it's extremely useful. But I want to talk a little bit more about beyond use. It's all about communication, right? And think about it. We're living in this time of COVID-19 where we're all feeling very isolated. We have to stay in our homes, wear masks, and we feel disconnected from our greater community. And it's painful for us. And one of the reasons it's painful is because human beings are meant to connect and be in community. And so if you speak Spanish, that allows you to connect and be in community with so many people in this country, and of course in the Latin America and in Spain if you travel. So it's about connecting with other people. That's why Spanish for me is such a joy. um, the other thing about language acquisition is that when you learn a language, you're not just learning words, you're actually learning culture. So, for example, if you learn the word siesta, you're like, oh, that's a nap in the afternoon. Okay, so you don't just move on. You think, okay, why do we have a word for nap in the afternoon in Spanish? What's basically the history of this word? And the history has to do with culture. It's really hot in a lot of Spanish speaking countries. It makes sense to stay home and sort of rest during the hottest part of the day. And then students who go to school go back to school in the afternoon after their siesta. If you work, you go back to work, and you usually work until about 7 o'clock in the evening. So though when you learn the word siesta, you're not just learning language, you're learning culture. So that is important, going back to this idea of connecting, because if you can connect not just linguistically, but culturally with another person, that deepens that relationship that you have with them and that sense of community that we all want. Finally, speaking two languages or more is fun. I love being bilingual. And I know that my students at the university, when they start out, if they're not native speakers of Spanish, they don't feel like they're bilingual. But as they go through, they end up being pretty much bilingual. Um, and of course, bicultural, because they understand at least a little bit about other cultures in the Spanish speaking world. And so it's just fun. And as you know, it just feels great to improve and to accomplish something, and you really can see the huge leap of understanding and accomplishment when you study a language for several years. So I do hope that you decide to come to Pacific and pursue language learning and join me in the happiness of being a bilingual and bicultural person. Adios, gracias.